with the Denver Broncos. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This one fielded at the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for the team to just score, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. 20. He will take this all the way. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On second down, Elliott once more. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Prescott to throw it. He'll get this to Elliott. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. A first down throw for Prescott. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And is inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Alexander Johnson.
Oh, nice pick, nice pick.
Remember, of course, he threw 5 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive, same result here.
But it's hard to believe that you can throw 5 in the previous week and start out your very next game the exact same way. He's going to need a lot of support on his own sideline. Make sure he gets really fully, mentally into this one. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards at North Carolina last year. In fact, it was over 1,100 and 19 touchdowns in addition. And that's despite sharing the backfield with another 1,000-yard rusher, Michael Carter, who's taken in the 4th round by the Jets. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were taking over him. But many thought that Javonte Williams might be the best back in the draft.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. He'll get that complete to Albert O.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Courtland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast. But a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On play action, Prescott escaping the pressure right. That is caught by Lamb. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
This defense is definitely reeling a little bit now. Back-to-back big plays given up. And you know that's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On 2nd and goal, Prescott under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Micah Kiser, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Cedric Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they have it right. Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. 1-7, their record here at the midway point of the season. And right now, this organization, more than likely, if you look at it, CD, probably in for a rough second half of the season.
Well, we've seen teams turn things around in other places. I mean, we've seen 1-7 first halves turn into 5-3 second halves. But with this squad, I think these guys aren't playing to get into the playoffs. They're playing for their jobs. So's the coaching staff. They're coaching for theirs. Front office trying to keep theirs. The heat is on from all directions. And what's interesting is a lot of these guys are playing for jobs and trying to keep their positions. It might be just in the league in some other spot.
To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Bridgewater. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Bridgewater. And this is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake. Bridgewater. On the move to his left. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Prescott now. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. To Lamb, he pulls it in. What a catch. Touchdown, Cowboys. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And you think on 3rd down and just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result, because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number 1 job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
Second and 10. Teddy going to get this out to Sutton.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? Needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action now. Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater. A desperation heave for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Prescott on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this 2nd half as they trail, and we are back underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They go play action. Bridgewater. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He didn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he powers his way up past the 30.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
To throw, Bridgewater. This will be caught. Judy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Here's Bridgewater. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They go to Elliott again. And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Play action now. Prescott. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A very solid gain of 27. Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. They find some open field here. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott off play action. He's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown! Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Terrell Basham able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. After the sack on 1st down, Bridgewater. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Judy. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Osa Odighizuwa in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Throwing on 2nd and long. Bridgewater. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Now a throw here to his running back. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. That's picked up by the Cowboys. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight. All the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
On 1st down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Bridgewater gives to Williams here on the draw. And not really any daylight here to speak of. He takes it ahead for maybe a yard. That's all. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Bridgewater's throw taken in by Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
3rd and short yardage. Bridgewater dancing to his left. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. Pushing his way through. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. And now off to the races down the right side. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Elliott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Bridgewater on first down. Flush to his right.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete.
And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Flushed out right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete.
A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. Going right back to Fant.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. They keep on the ground with Elliott.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
A 20th carry here for Elliott.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 61 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.